Welcome everyone to ARCS Ignition here from Michigan Speedway. This is my first broadcast back in a long time, so got to dust the cobwebs off the whole microphone and all the buttons and gadgets that have to be pulled up. So may not be perfect, but we're getting ready for next week. ARCS Ignition will be swapping over to the SRX cars. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We got 75 laps tonight in the 1987 NASCAR Cup cars. Pace car goes down into pit road here. Mark Delia is on pole. Dale Markowski second. Joshua Gaiman third. David Wright fourth. Lilac Zier fifth. Matthew Kent sixth. And Zach McBride did not start the race. So we got 6 cars here tonight. Green flag in the air. Lap 1 of 75 here at Michigan. Mark Delia running in second right now. Dale Markowski, your current race leader. David Wright in the 42 car in third. Matthew Kent in fourth. Coming to lap 2 of 75 here at Michigan. I think I also forgot to turn off the in-car commentating. So just bear with me here for a second. We're going to turn that off so we don't hear things that we shouldn't hear. There we go. Told y'all we were learning. $75 laps tonight. These cars get really tight on a long run. But they start off pretty loose. Dale Markowski currently your race leader. David Wright's going to look to the inside of the 76 of Dale Markowski. Looks like Josh Gaiman is 1.2 seconds back. He might be saving his tires there in that number 46 machine, as they are 2x2. Coming out of 4, coming back to the start-finish line, coming to lap 4 of 75 here in the ARCS Ignition Series. This will be the final race with the 1987 machines. Next week, we will be switching over to the brand new SRX cars. Oh, 42 car in the wall. 76 also got a little piece of the wall there. They're still going right now, but we got a 4-way battle for the lead as Lilac and Josh Gaiman kind of holding back for now. And we're going to get a little bit of practice with talking to these drivers during the race here tonight, because that's what we're going to do with the SRX cars next week. That's right. We're not going to wait for caution. We're going to bring them in during green flag racing. So we'll let them get spaced out a little bit. Not sure why my camera's acting weird as they come out of turn 2, but that's why we did this tonight. Just kind of getting some of the bugs worked out of the whole broadcasting system. Haven't used it in a long time. So y'all let me know if there's anything that could be done better or could be adjusted volume-wise. Like I said, I've done a bunch of podcasts, but have yet to call a race with the new setup. So welcome to some feedback here as they're 3 wide for the lead here. David Wright gets in front of Kent, but hits the wall coming out of 2. Kent goes all the way to the apron. Matthew Kent, the number 31 Waffle House, machine, now your race leader. There may only be 6 cars, but they are covered up with a blanket here. Really, Josh Gaiman, the only one that's not in this fight up here, as David Wright goes to the inside of Matthew Kent coming into turn 1. Good thing for these drivers is 50% of the field will get an interview tonight. Top 3 will get an interview tonight here on ARCS Racing Networks. Thanks for y'all that are watching and tuning in. We got another ARCS Behind the Driver podcast right after this race with Mr. John Smeal, who unfortunately did not get home in time to make this race, but hopefully he will be home in time to be a part of the podcast. And he was supposed to actually pace this field with one of the SRX cars, but did not get that privilege. That's okay, though. We still get to watch these cars race around this track. And the top 4 right now are all over each other as Mark Delia goes to the inside of David Wright. Matthew Kent still your race leader after 8 laps, coming to 9 laps here at Michigan. And hopefully these drivers don't crash at any point, because I still have to update the camera tool that I use to go back and look at crashes. So if they crash, we'll see if we can't get that up and going. This is pretty much a live work in progress, as just kind of trying to get back into the swing of things here on the broadcasting side of things. Also doesn't help that there's only 6 cars, but at the same time probably does help a little bit, because there's not as much for me to look at and watch. So Matthew Kent still your race leader after 10 laps here at Michigan. David Wright now to the inside in turn 1 and 2. Mark Delia in 3rd, Dale Markowski 4th, and Lilac Zier in 5th. Oh, the 80 car and the 76 both wrecked there, and that's the first caution of the night. And we have a bot in the chat. Things you hate to see. I don't know how to block them or anything, so. All right, we're going to try and bring up the camera thing, so probably going to come over the screen here for just a second, but that's okay. We'll wing it. Actually, I don't think y'all can see that, so that's always good. Or maybe you can. Who knows? Oh, yep. Now I see it on the stream. All right. Well, like I said, we'll get all that straightened out here before next week. Next week's when it really matters. And I don't see. All right. Well, let's try that again here. Cars are coming down pit road. All right. Let's bring up our camera. Or maybe we won't bring up our camera here. Oh well. We gave it a shot. I think we all know what happened. I don't know what happened with my camera. As far as going back and looking at yeah, who knows. All right, well, David Wright comes back down pit road. We're on lap 13 of 75 here. This is the first caution. Turn up this audio just a little bit here. And let's go to our leader right now, Matthew Kent. Pace car. Lights on the pace car are off, so they're going green. So Gaiman and David Wright both on pit road. Coming on the back straightaway now. Right on board with Matthew Kent. Mr. Mark Delia in the Krispy Kreme. So we got a donut car and a Waffle House car on the front row here. Dale Markowski currently being scored in third. Lilac Zier is in fourth. There you see David Wright in fifth, catching the field, and Joshua Gaiman in sixth. Take a ride along with Mr. Matthew Kent as the green flag flies here once again at Michigan. We're back racing lap 14 of 75 here at Michigan Speedway. Not sure why it says Matthew Kent is on pit road. That is not accurate. He is out here on the racetrack. And he is pulling away from Dale Markowski. Dale is in second right now. Lilac in third. David Wright in fourth. And Mark Delia in fifth. Joshua Gaiman is being scored as 2 laps down. He is probably going to win the points. I have to look and see what the points look like. But right now, Matthew Kent has almost a second lead over Dale Markowski. Gotta wonder if maybe he's using up his tires here. .46 of Joshua Gaiman again being scored 2 laps down at the moment, and Zach McBride unfortunately did not start this race here tonight. Right now, Matthew Kent with a almost second lead over Dale Markowski, who is currently running second. We're on lap 17 of 75 here at Michigan. Again, this is the last race with the 1987 Cup cars. Next week, we will be moving to the SRX cars. Really good schedule, and I will be broadcasting them all other than week 2 and week 3 because I will be in Florida on vacation. So I'll have somebody else fill in for me for those 2 weeks. But we'll have live action here on this channel, ARCS Racing Networks, next week, same time. Oh, sounds like somebody just wrecked. I heard somebody hit the wall. I just don't know who it was. Oh, Mark Delia. Yeah, he's sitting against the wall. I think David Wright was involved as well. Let's see here if we can try and get this. That's not what I wanted. Screw it. I've already pretty much screwed this broadcast up anyway, so let's see if we can't get this camera thing to work. We're learning little by little. All right, here we go. Let's go back to previous crash. Let's back this thing up a little bit. Mark Delia kind of sat there for a little bit, but oh yeah, 80 car just pushed and oh, hard hit for the 80. Dang. See if we can't ride on board here with David Wright. Oh, that's not David Wright. That's Mark Delia. But all you hear is engine blow. All right, let's try and ride along with David Wright here. Oh yeah, just. Oh, does David Wright save it? He makes a little bit of contact with that inside wall, but not too bad. And he's still sitting against the wall, but all right, let's take a look again here. Trying to figure out the cameras here. Oh, I don't want it that slow. Sheesh Louise. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Look at this hit the 80 car makes. Ugh. Hard hit there. And he is still sitting there on pit road. Matthew Kent still your race leader. Mark Delia is sitting on pit road. Now Josh Gaiman only 1 lap down. David Wright in 4th. Dale Markowski 3rd. Lilac Zier 2nd. And like I said, Kent is your current race leader. Let's see if we can't. I don't want to talk to him under caution. I want to talk to him under green. I want to really screw some stuff up, so we'll wait. We'll wait for just a little bit, and we'll talk to him under green. Mark Delia definitely probably done. Sounded like his motor blew. He's probably towing right now, taking that one fast repair that they get. Lap 21 of 75 here, right after this race is over. After we do our post-race interviews, we will have our ARCS Behind the Driver episode 8, I believe, with Mr. John Smeal. So we'll talk to John Smeal a little bit about how he came into ARCS and a little bit of the background and just a little bit about him. So looking forward to that. So y'all stay tuned after this race for that podcast. It's been a very successful podcast so far, so excited to have another episode tonight after this race here at Michigan. Last race with the 87s before we swap over to the SRX cars. Matthew Kent's going to bring them to the green flag here. It'll be lap 22 of 75. Still a pretty good ways to go here. Green flag flies. Mark Delia still in pit road. Joshua Gaiman now with the rest of the field only 1 lap down. So 4 cars on the lead lap, one lap down, and Mark Delia on pit road. Zach McBride never started this race, unfortunately, so only 6 cars in this race. Matthew Kent still your race leader. Dale Markowski now in second. Lilac Zier third. Joshua Gaiman is actually in 5th, 1 lap down. And David Wright in 4th. Probably has a little bit of damage on that car after hitting the inside wall. After that contact with Mark Delia. Sorry. I always say his name wrong. I always get corrected. Hopefully next week we'll have Mr. Kevin Feemster in the booth with us. So hopefully it won't be as boring as it is tonight. I think we'll have a lot more cars on track. Everyone seems to be very excited about the new SRX cars. The schedule is a very good schedule. Got some asphalt tracks and some dirt tracks involved. Brandon Proudfoot, John Smeal, and Joshua Gaiman. All 3 admins looking to have a good 10-race season there for the SRX cars, I believe is what they're having. So that'll be a lot of fun next week. Me and Feemster always have a good time in the booth together, so looking forward to that. Right now, Dale Markowski is putting the pressure on Matthew Kent in the number 31 Waffle House machine. As they come off of turn 4, coming to 25 of 75 here. So about 50 to go. If I can do that Georgia math in my head. The other 3 cars back there are Joshua Gaiman, David Wright, and Lilac Zier. 2 of them are on the lead lap. 1 is 1 lap down. That's the 46 of Joshua Gaiman. Mark Delia is out of this race. Just now showed that on our scoring there. So unfortunate that Mark Delia will not finish this race, but still gets a 6th place finish. Joshua Gaiman trying to get his lap back the hard way out here. Just pass the leaders. It's easy as that. Kent definitely looks like he has a fast car. He's been fast all night. Don't know how his long run speed is going to be. Obviously, Joshua Gaiman, we know, is extremely fast. He's still trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. I think David Wright's car may still be struggling just a little bit there with that damage. Oh, Didn't mean for that to go over there. Lap 28 of 75 here at Michigan Speedway. No rain here today in Michigan, as most people know. iRacing now with the rain at certain tracks for certain cars. As we look back from Matthew Kent's car to Joshua Gaiman, who is currently in second place in this line, but in fifth overall, one lap down in that Pontiac machine. Oh, forgot. Mark Dula is not on track, and now there we go. We'll figure this thing out eventually. Riding on board with Lilac Zier, who is currently in third place. Running the bottom here. Lap 31 of 75 here, and we finally have some green flag racing as Dale Markowski on the inside of Matthew Kent. Two by two here as we come into turn 3. Everyone on the racetrack right now is pretty much right on top of each other. All 5 cars. Like I said, still learning tonight, so we'll get this thing tightened up for next week. We'll have Feimster in here with us, hopefully, and whole different car, whole different track, whole different series. So looking forward to next week, next Friday night. Gonna be a lot of fun. But right now, kind of a boring race. Digger cam not used. When it comes to Michigan, they're all on the outside. Don't know what that camera is doing. David Wright looks like he's kind of saved his stuff a little bit here. He's now in second place, third in line here behind the lap down car of Joshua Gaiman. Joshua Gaiman giving a little bump to Matthew Kent. As they come out of turn 2, they are all over each other. Man, these cars sound good. Tell you what. Oh, we got a flag cam. There you go. United States and Canada. How about that? Sorry, I get easily distracted. David Wright going for the lead here. Matthew Kent on the outside. Lilac Zier now in third. Del Markowski behind Josh Gaiman. Coming to lap 36 of 75, so it'll be 40 to go here at Michigan. And we'll keep y'all on the action here. We're going to take a short break here from the broadcast booth. We'll be right back here in a few minutes. So just watch this racing. We'll be back here momentarily. All right, we are back here. ARCS Ignition from Michigan Speedway, coming to lap 39 of 75 here. So y'all do the math for me, because I'm not good at it, but we got about 4:30 to go. 30, no. Yeah, we got some laps left here. Lilac Zier, currently your race leader. David Wright now battling for that lead spot. Almost looked like Matthew Kent was going to think about pitting there, but stays on track. Lilac throws it in on the bottom. A little bit of a slide job there. Looks like Joshua Gaiman might have been a little high there in turn 1 and 2. Tri-Strand helped me with the math. 36. Thank you, buddy. You know us Georgia boys aren't very good with our math. Or our science or our English. Or oh, David Wright gets loose. Saves it. Coming out of turn 2 there. Oh, hell. Let's make this thing a little interesting. Let's pull Del Markowski in here and see what he has to say here during green flag racing. Del Markowski, this is Ryan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, y'all got a good run going right now. What you thinking back there? Running fourth, but y'all are
I'm having a
close.
blast. I'm trying not to wreck Kent right now, but um, I don't know. We're having a blast out here. We're just talking. Like you can definitely tell the air is affecting these cars a little bit. Like there's been a few times I've been on Kent's rear end, and I could see him getting sideways, or I'll cross his wake and shoot right. So we're having a blast out here trying to figure out these cars, run multiple different lanes. So I don't know, having a great time.
It looks like a lot of fun for sure. I'm not probably having as much fun as y'all because I don't know what I'm doing up here, but hey, we're figuring it out.
Hey, we were chatting in there like it's probably a good practice race. We know there's only 5 cars, but you're
Yeah.
getting back into broadcasting. It's a good way to practice. So
Hey, it is for sure. All right. Well, I won't take up more of your time. Next week's going to be fun. SRX. What you think? You got something for them next week?
I've driven a total of 5 laps in the XRX car yesterday, and
All
I
right.
am going to probably murder my right front. So we'll
Yep.
see what happens. But
Yeah, well,
either
you
way, new car, new series. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, well, you're screwed. So, all right, we'll talk to you next week. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. See you, Ryan.
See ya. All right. I think that's the first ever green flag interview I've done. So there'll be a lot of that next week with the SRX cars. Looking forward to that. Lap 44 is 75. Coming to lap 45 this time around. David Wright, your race leader. Lilac Zier currently in second. Matthew Kent third. Dale Markowski in fourth. And Joshua Gaiman is in fifth. He is unfortunately one lap down. Obviously, I don't think these cars will be able to make it to the end on fuel, and especially not on tires with just how these things eat up tires. The handling probably already way gone on these things, but they still have stayed very, very close. So definitely shows signs of more of a speedway pack racing type race. So really, really good track. But Lilac Zier and David Wright right now battling for the lead, kind of just swapping spots turn after turn. Unfortunately, Lilac is not in the chat, so cannot talk to Lilac. So definitely would have. Oh, caution. Caution is out. Dale. Oh, I think Dale. Oh, man. I hope Dale's okay. Oh, it looked like Gaiman was involved in it as well. Let's bring the old camera up and see what happened here. Looks like Gaiman was definitely involved. We'll ride on board with Mr. Joshua Gaiman. I think Dale's going to get a piece, just not get a piece of the wall. Oh, just a little bump there. And then Gaiman spins it. Sounds like all 4 of his tires just blew out there. Let's take a ride on board with Mr. Dale Markowski. Sorry, still trying to find these camera angles here. Oh, just enough. Just enough of a bump. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Thanks, iRacing. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's take a look from the back of Dale Markowski. There you see the little bump. And that's all it took. And both of those cars spun. And now both of those cars sit on pit road. They all are on pit road getting fresh tires, fuel, and maybe a little bit of damage repaired. Lap 47 of 75. Appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. Again, after this race, we will have ARCS Behind the Driver with our podcast, or my podcast, with Mr. John Smeal. So that will be a good one to have. I do not think Joshua Gaiman is going to get the wave around because he was involved in that caution. So there he goes. "43 minutes into the stream, so far a pretty quick race. Kind of what you would expect with only 5 cars on track, only 4 of those on the lead lap. And to honor lap 48, Mr. Tristran, the only person that has commented other than the bot in the chat, we take a look at the flag cam. As you can see, the wind has changed direction. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Lights on the pace car appear to be off, so we'll be going green next time. Lap 49 of 75. We know that 31 car is fast on the short run. Still a lot of laps left, though, so we'll have to see if he can keep that speed going for this entire run if they do stay green. Just enjoying all of the great camera angles that have oh, I may have changed a little too quickly, but here's the starter cam. Barney the flag man up top. Got that green flag. He hadn't started waving it yet, but he's holding it. He's holding that thing with dear life. There he goes. He's waving that thing, green flag. As they come into turn 1, Lilac Zier gets a good start. Matthew Kent in second place right now. Man, I tell you, these cars just sound so damn good. SRX cars also sound pretty damn good too, so we'll be excited to hear that next week as well. Lap 50 of 75 here at Michigan. You saw that? That was the 31 of Matthew Kent. Hard into the outside wall. That's going to be... I mean, these cars are pretty tough, so I don't think it's too big of a deal, but... 25 to go now here at Michigan. Hell, let's see if we can't get a word with Mr. Matthew Kent real quick. Matthew Kent, Ryan Pinnell in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, hold on. I just hit Markowski. Didn't mean to.
Well, you hit the wall too, so you're just. I mean, you might as well hit the pace car at this point.
Yeah, these noses are a little longer than I'm all expecting, but now I got to go chase down Zier and put the Waffle House up front.
Heck yeah, man. Well, yeah, you got a little bit of damage, but it doesn't seem to be slowing you down. You're up there, so good luck, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Oh, hell yeah, Waffle House, stir up for the win.
All right, see you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, my headset cut off there for a second. I couldn't hear him. So anyway, here we are, 24 to go. That was Mr. Matthew Kent. Hit the wall a little bit, but that's okay. Car's still driving good, I think. He got into Dale Markowski a little bit, but that's okay. 23 to go here at Michigan. My mouse is like dying and just so much stuff going on. It's terrible. Headset keeps going out. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get all this shit straightened out come next week, but maybe we won't. Who knows? Anyway, 22 to go here at the line. Lilac Zier, your race leader. David Wright in second. Matthew Kent in third. Dale Markowski fourth. Oh, Kent is going to almost make contact with that 42 car. We're still going so far. All 5 cars on the track right pretty much 2/10 away from each other at this point. So very, very close race so far. It's been a close race all night. I mean, can you all imagine if we had 20 people? And just saw the roster for the SRX series, and there's every bit of 20, 25 people that have requested a number. So if you're not in that yet, make sure you get over there and request a number and get ready to have some fun with those cars. They are a handful to drive. They're tight going into corners and then snap loose just out of nowhere. So, and obviously for those of y'all that are expecting the podcast to go live at 9 o'clock, just give us a little bit here. We got 20 laps left here in this ignition race, and then we'll hop right over to ARCS Behind the Driver podcast, episode 8. Matthew Kent looks to the inside here of Lilac Zier. David Wright still your race leader. Dale Markowski kind of falling off a little bit, but maybe saving his stuff. Waiting for maybe 10 to go to see if he can rally back up there. But 31 car definitely shown some speed. But honestly, everyone has shown speed tonight. So coming to 19 to go here at Michigan. 50 minutes into the broadcast. Appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. It's been there's been a couple cautions. We've had 2 cautions so far, I believe, if I remember correctly. But the racing has actually been very, very good. Very close racing. Really no gaps other than the 2 David Wright gets loose again, and Kent gets loose. He's going to go to the inside. Come back up and fall in line here as they're coming to 18 to go here. Kent goes to the low side. He's going to get a pretty decent run out of 4, but he's going to come back up, get the draft off of David Wright here. I have a feeling that we may have another caution here. You got Joshua Gaiman up here also battling. Remember, he is still 1 lap down, so he's hoping for a caution that he's not involved in, as he was almost involved in that one. Got close to the 89 of Lilac Zier. He just needs a caution that he's not a part of so that he can get that lucky dog and get back on the lead lap here as we're coming to 17 to go. Matthew Kent goes to the inside, all the way to the inside, almost in the grass. 3 wide behind them there for a split second. Matthew Kent, new race leader, number 31, in the scattered, covered, smothered Waffle House machine. Man, I tell y'all, I miss Waffle House. Not really any Waffle Houses up here in Michigan. And, man, that is a hell of a meal after you've had a few too many beers. So, miss the old Waffle House establishment down there in the southeast part of the country. 16 to go here. Matthew Kent's your race leader. David Wright second. Lilac Zier third. Dale Markowski in fourth. Joshua Gaiman fifth. 1 lap down. By the way, we're at 299 followers over there on Twitch as David Wright kisses the wall there just ever so slightly. So if you don't follow us, give us a follow on Twitch. We're 1 away from hitting 300. Be cool to hit 300 here in the next week or so. I know we don't have 1,000 followers or 15,000 followers, but 300 followers for a silly old broadcasting company is pretty cool. 15 to go here at Michigan. Matthew Kent still your race leader by about 0.2 of a second over David Wright. Oh, David Wright into the wall again. Another just slight kiss with that outside wall coming out of turn 2. I don't know what the hell is up with my drone cam, but it does not work very well. So we won't use it. 14 to go here at Michigan. Matthew Kent still your race leader. Lilac Zier now in second place. Oh, a little bit of contact. Good save by Lilac there. Made some contact with the 42. The 42 is going to push up right in front of the 46 of Joshua Gaiman. Now 13 to go here at Michigan. Dale Markowski now on the inside of the 42 and the 46. Coming into turn 1. Exiting turn 2 here at Michigan. Oh, David Wright into the wall again. Joshua Gaiman also into the wall. Looks like Joshua Gaiman's pushing the 42. Matthew Kent lost the lead to the 89 of Lilac Zier. Coming to the best number ever, 12 to go here at Michigan. Still the same running order. Lilac in first, Matthew Kent second, David Wright in third. Dale Markowski. Oh, man, David Wright has hit. Oh, and that's a wreck. That's going to be a wreck. That's Joshua Gaiman and Dale Markowski again come together. Let's see if we can't take a look at that here. Back this thing up a little bit. Right on board with Mr. Mark. That's not the right person. Dale Markowski. There we go. Coming out of turn 2, Dale Markowski gets a pretty good run, and then, oh, yeah. Looks like the hood latches have been unlatched there on the 76 machine. Hate to see that. Let's take a ride with Mr. Joshua Gaiman. That is not Joshua Gaiman. There we go, iRacing. Thank you. Going into 1. Goes to the outside. Right here, he's got a little bit of position on the 42, but the 42 is going to smack the wall here. And Gaiman just gets turned from behind. And once again, Joshua Gaiman will not get the lucky dog. So everyone now on pit road. No, now everyone's on pit road. I think Joshua Gaiman might have had to tow. He might be done. Might be done for the night. So that'll leave us with 4 cars on track. Everybody getting tires with only 10 to go. Might get a little crazy here. Even with only 4 cars. Could get wild. Again, as soon as this race is over, we will have ARCS behind the driver with Mr. John Smeal. We were supposed to have Toby Estes on Monday night, but we had to reschedule that one, so that's okay. We understand life happens, so we'll try and get Toby on another episode. But we have John Smeal tonight. And we have Blake Henderson on Monday night. And then Bryn Roberts next Friday night. So then we'll be off for a couple weeks as I go to Florida for vacation. So we'll have a couple weeks off there where we will not have any guests. But it's been a lot of fun talking to everybody. And there are still people asking for numbers for the SRX. Or as we call it, the ARCS, ARX series. That's going to be a lot of fun. Fourth caution of the night. Josh Gaiman still on pit road, so I think he's probably pretty much out of it at this point. Dale Markowski is catching the field right now. He's about 38 seconds back. They're coming to the green flag here, so it could be a 3 or 4 car race here. I don't think that Dale Markowski is going to be as fast. Just with that damage, but hopefully maybe the draft keeps him in tow. But if not, it looks like we may have a 3-car race for the win here with only 8 to go as they take the green flag. So, hey, top 3, get an interview, and all 3 of these cars, 4, there's Dale. We'll see what kind of speed Dale has here in that 76 machine here as we are going green with 8 to go here at Michigan. After the 4th caution, green flag flies. Once again, Lilac Zier gets a good restart there. Jumps out to the lead, but David Wright on the outside. Matthew Kent in 3rd. Dale Markowski in 4th. We'll see if he can hang with these other drivers with that damage that he has to that number 76 machine. Oh, Kent gets a little loose. He's going to tap the wall there off of turn 2. Joshua Gaiman still sitting on pit road, so he is definitely out. I mean, not out of this race, but definitely, unfortunately, cannot compete for the win tonight. Seven to go here at Michigan. Lilac, your race leader, David Wright, in 2nd. Matthew Kent 3rd. Dale Markowski in 4th. Definitely feel like that damage is hurting. Oh, Matthew Kent hard into that wall off of turn 2. He's going to lose some time there, but still digging in that 31 Waffle House machine. Coming to 6 to go here. Again, for those of y'all that were not tuning in or Just trying to catch the end of the race. This will be the last race with the 87 Cup cars. Moving to the SRX. Oh, Kent gets loose. Good save there by the 31. Moving to the SRX cars next week. The ARCS series. A lot of people interested in running that, so I think we'll have a really healthy field. Going to be broadcasting on this channel next week. Race number 1. Then we'll miss the next 2 weeks, or at least me personally. I'll be on vacation, but then we'll pick it up with race 4 all the way to the end of the season, race number 10, as we take 5 to go here at Michigan Speedway. You can definitely tell that Dale Markowski's having some issues. That damage really slowing him down. He's not able to stay in the draft. And Lilac Zier is kind of pulled away to a 4/10 of a second lead over David Wright and Matthew Kent. Coming to 4 to go here at Michigan. Still about 4/10 at the line. I think that 89 may have been saving a little bit of stuff there as Kent goes way low on the 42 of David Wright. Got a really good entry, but the exit just not quite there. And they are losing time on that number 89 machine of Lilac Zier. Coming to only 3 laps remaining, and Dale Markowski now almost 3 seconds off of the lead, so that damage definitely hurting that number 76 machine at this point. 3 to go here at Michigan. David Wright got into the wall just a little bit there. Matthew Kent's going to go to the inside of the number 42 machine. So Kent to second. David Wright right behind him. But they are both about 0.8 of a second off of that 89 machine with only 2 laps remaining. Unless something happens here, it looks like Lilac's going to get the victory, but anything could happen here at Michigan. Kent actually made up some pretty good time there on the back straightaway. Had it down to about 0.6. We're coming to the white flag. 1 to go here at Michigan. Lilac is your race leader. Matthew Kent second. David Wright in third as they go into 1 and 2 here at Michigan. Again, closes to about 0.6, and then on exit loses just a little bit of that time. I think Lilac's going to have this one pretty much in the bag, the number 89 machine. I think that's a Ford. Coming around turn 4, going to take the checkered flag. Lilac Zier is going to win this race here at Michigan. In last race in the 1987s, Matthew Kent's going to hold off David Wright and get second place. David Wright comes home in third. And Dale Markowski comes across the line in fourth. Joshua Gaiman will finish fifth. Mark Dilla in sixth. And Zach McBride in seventh, which he did not even start this race. So we'll have a quick word with our top 3 if Lilac is available. If not, we'll talk to our top 2. And then we'll end this thing, and we'll go straight into our ARCS Behind the Driver podcast with Mr. John Smeal. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll have our driver interviews here momentarily with our top 3. Stick around for a word with our podium finishers.
Oh, hello.
Back here with our top three. Oh, was that? Hold on a second. Oh, there's our race winner. Okay, cool. So we have three. Sweet. All right, we'll start with Dale Markowski since David Wright left. He came home fourth. Obviously, you had a lot of damage. Did that affect you not being able to keep up with everybody?
Yeah, the last run, the car was way too tight. It really felt like I had a parachute out my front nose. I couldn't turn. Is what it is. I had a blast up until that last wreck, but these cars are a lot of fun to drive on these big tracks. So, yeah, definitely had a blast tonight.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week at week number 1 with the SRX cars. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to broadcast, and I think we'll have a little bit better turnout than we did tonight. So looking forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. All right, we'll go to our second place finisher, Matthew Kent, since David Wright has left the hauler. He's headed back home to wherever the hell he lives. I don't know. Matthew Kent, you had a really fast car on the short run. Looked like a long run. It may have fell off just a little bit, but tell us about your race and if you had fun tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The track temperature and the tires and the car all mixed together made for a really good run. Cars would get tight, loose. They'd go through these stages, and my car was bad fast on short run. I was able to stretch it out there in the second stints, and then those last stints were just basically sprints, and then just making sure you didn't overheat the right rear. And Lilac was able to grab some clean air. We just didn't have enough cars to chase her down, but it was a lot of fun. And the Waffle House car did me well. The syrup on the side of it just kept it slick right against the wall, and we were hauling butt.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll hopefully see you next week with the SRX cars. It's a whole different animal, but still a lot of fun with those cars too. So hopefully we'll see you next week.
Good deal.
All right, now we'll talk to our race winner. Lilac's here. Brought it home. You did good for presidential here tonight. Tell us about your race and how you got that thing in victory lane.
Heck yeah, that was fun. Came in late without a lot of practice, so early on I was kind of riding and letting everybody else, run the lines that they were running, and I watched them and kind of observed. But I kind of felt like that middle lane was the way to go. Maybe that's obvious, but sometimes at Michigan, I don't know what the best line is. So kind of learned for the first half, and then we got those longer runs, and it was really fun to swap back and forth. The draft was pretty powerful. You could get a really big run on someone, but not clear them, and you'd still have to make the pass in the turn. So it was a lot of fun. And then we got that caution right at the end, and I had one set of tires left. I think everybody did, and I just said, all right, time to push. I got a good restart and was able to just get enough of a gap that they couldn't quite get the run on me, and they were battling each other for second, and that helped me keep the lead, I think.
Absolutely. Well, you had a hell of a race, and you going to come back next week and run some SRX cars with us?
I got to buy that car still. I haven't bought it yet, but it looks interesting. I'll probably give it a go, and I'll miss the 87s, but a new shiny new thing's good too.
Exactly. Well, good win, and hopefully we'll see you next week, and thanks for coming out and racing with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that will end our race tonight. Again, stay tuned. We'll have our 8th episode of ARCS Behind the Driver here in just a moment. But thank you all for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week with the SRX cars for week number 1. Going to be a lot of people out on track, and Kevin Feemster will be in the booth with me. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So y'all make sure you tune in later tonight for our podcast, as well as next week for the first week of SRX. Till we talk to y'all again, make sure you stay on that loud pedal.